Hello, I'm Mario, and I'm a member of the incident response team. As you know, our organization recently went through a serious cybersecurity incident, and I want to show how we are responding and what we need to do to make sure this never happens again. So let's get started. Let me quickly set the scene. Our third-party supplier pushed a routine server update, but inside that update was a hidden backdoor, and that gave attackers the way in. Once the inside, they quietly moved around our network for a period of time, collecting access to customer data, financial records, and internal communications. Then they deployed ransomware, locking up our systems and demanding payment in cryptocurrency. So they also threatened to release our customer data if we didn't pay. So this is what's known as a double extortion attack. Uh, and Here we do not pay for the demands because paying gives no guarantee that we'll actually get our data back. And we have seen cases where victims paid and still lost their data, and it funds these criminal groups to attack others. So from a legal point, we have obligations. We need to notify our financial regulator and the data protection authority. We need to report this to law enforcement, definitely. And we need to document every single step we take. So operationally, the priority is to isolate. So cut off the affected systems immediately to stop the spread. Then we restore from clean backups, and we communicate with our customers. Honestly, it's difficult, yeah, but silence makes it worse. So all of these aligns with what the ISO 27001 Annex A16 in 2013 version. So tells us about how to respond to security incidents. So once we decided not to pay, it's time for the containment. First, we segment the network, cut off the affected areas from the rest of the organization. So don't let the ransomware jump into the other systems. Then we disable the compromised accounts and revoke third-party access, especially the supplier who introduced the malicious update. So very importantly, we preserve evidence. We don't wipe any systems yet. We need those logs and memories images for forensic team and also for the legal proceedings. And meanwhile, we activate our disaster recovery plan, DR plan, and switch to the backup systems, keep critical operations running, keep going go. Once the investigation is done, we clean, patch, and rebuild from the known good baselines. So the ISO 27 especially talks about these response and recovery procedures, and this is exactly what it looks like in the practice. One of the biggest failures in the incident, like this is poor communications. People don't know who to call, what to say, and when to say it. So the ISO 27001 here those requires that we have clear communication protocols set up before the incident, not during that one. The first senior management needs to be verified immediately because they make the big decisions in the company. The IT security teams and need clear role assignments right away to avoid the confusion, and notify the third party supplier and ask for their incident report and suspend their access. And the law enforcement should be informed definitely, as they may know about this attacker group and they may can help us. And the regulators, especially under the GDPR type laws, we need to be notified within 72 hours if the personal data was affected. And the customers, and we need we communicate with them promptly and honestly, because early communication builds trust. And talking about the access control, the ISO 27001, this covers the access control, and it's very clear the people and systems should only have the access actually they need, nothing more than that. So we need to implement multi-factor authentication on all systems. We need role-based RBC so that supplier doing server maintenance does not have the access to the customer financial records. And we need privilege PAM for admin accounts and regular reviews to remove all necessary unnecessary access permissions. And on the right there, you can see what went wrong in our case. The supply had broad access, no multi-factor authentication, and because our network was relatively flat, once they were in, the attackers could move everywhere. So the zero trust is the principle we should move to. Never automatically trust any user system right away. So one of the most damaging things about this attack was how long the attacker stayed in our network undetected. So they moved laterally, they collected data, and they didn't see them, and we didn't see them. So we need to invest in real-time monitoring and detection tools. One is the SIEM. That is a brain. It collects logs from everything and raises alerts when something looks wrong. So and the IDS and IPS. So it monitors our network traffic for suspicious patterns and can automatically block threats. And the EDR, the endpoint protections, this would have caught the ransomware before it spread across all our systems. And the UEBA, the behavioral analytics, if a supplier account starts accessing financial records at midnight, this is unusual happen. So this system flags it immediately, and the DLP data provision stops data from being sent outside our network, which is key against extortion threat. And the SOA, it helps us automate responses. So instead of a human manually reacting, the system automatically starts doing that. So this is essential. And regarding the supply chain, the root cause of this breach was this vulnerable third-party software components. So we need to talk about what the supplier, what we must do differently. First, the supplier must use a software composition analysis tool. So scan every open source component. So before pushing any update to us. Second, all the updates should be cryptographically signed, so we can verify they have been tampered with. If the signature does not match, the update does not install. Third, the supplier should follow a secure software development cycle, building security checks into their development process at every step. Fourth, we need an agreed upon patches schedule. Critical vulnerabilities must be fixed within 24 to 72 hours. And the other one is it's a key. We require the supplier to undergo regular security audits and share those results with that. This need to be written in the contract. Uh, so this is a full incident response plan. Looks like based on the ISO 27001 Annex A16. So there are a few phases. In basically, first one is the prepare. We define clear team roles, create the playbooks for different attack scenarios and practice with regular exercises. The second one is detect. We invest in the tools I mentioned before. Third one is the containment. The moment an incident is confirmed, we follow the containment checklist. Fourth is the eradicate, remove every trace of the attack, patch the vulnerabilities, audit and rebuild. The other one, fifth is the recover, restore from clean backups, verify everything, and bring system back to online. And the other one is the last one. After the every incident, we do a formal post-incident analysis. What happened? What we missed? And how do we update the plan. Uh, so to summarize, uh, one is first, we do not pay the ransom, report the law enforcement and regulars right away. Second thing, build a proper incident response plan based on ISO 27001. Uh, Here we use the Annex A16 in 2013 version, and assign roles, write playbooks definitely, and practice them regularly. And three, deploy real time monitoring tools SIEM, EDR, and IDS IPS, of course. And fourth one is enforce the multi-factor authentication, least privilege, and move towards the zero trust model. Five, the hold our third-party suppliers accountable, require security audits and software composition checks, and put into the contract. And the next thing, we maintain clean offline backups and test them regularly. And the last one, we set up communication protocols not when the next attack happens. So the ISO 27001 gives us the framework of our job to implement it. That's all. Thank you.